I don't want us to go home. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine. In a world so full of pain, can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. Always thought of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong. Maybe now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me.
Hey, good morning, family. Nathan Ivey with you, and it is a momentous Monday. Good morning to you, and it's always my pleasure to speak with you. Listen, on today's show, I want to bring to you, among other things, 3 OMG stories you might have missed. Three OMG stories that you might have missed. All right. We'll get the show started in about 45 seconds. Please take a second to like and in particular share the stream. I've got a better understanding of how Facebook works and their algorithm. When you like and in particular share the show, more people see it. Thank you so much. This is your morning destination for interesting conversation, and we'll get started in about 45 seconds.
Nathan Ivey Show is supported by listeners. Go to www.patreon.com/Nathan Ivey Show and help Nathan keep the show independent. You're listening to the Nathan Ivey Show. One man, one microphone, one mission. Now let's get back to the flow.
Yeah, talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my totem is nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings I throw on my pen on percussion. The disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you all my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, show mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about, oh. I'm on the.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. A beautiful day. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. See people coming into the stream. It's been an interesting weekend, hasn't it? Many things to discuss. Let me bring the cam up so you can actually see the man that you are listening to. There we are. Hey, good morning. Welcome back already. Are you ready? Let's get back into it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Many things to discuss this morning. If you want to share your thoughts, as always, my number is 513-873-7134. It's a free phone call anywhere in the country and in some places around the world. If you run into any issues, just hit me up with a DM, and we'll try to take care of that. I'll do what I can do. If you've got any tips on stories for the show or for Sin Digital Media, you can text me. My number is in the description as well. If you're interested in supporting our movement and our platform with merch, or become a Patreon, or perhaps via Cash App, my links are in the description. And I want to shout out my patrons and some folks who've done just that on today's show, so I will not forget that. So let's get straight to it, family, shall we? How was your weekend? Hopefully everything is good. You COVID free out here? Well, at least one family is. You can see in the left box, left to the way I'm looking at it. I'm not sure how it's coming up on your screen, but I want to talk about 3 OMG stories that you might have missed. 1, 2, 3, from left to right. From left to right this morning. And as always, as your morning destination for interesting conversation, a smattering of topics related to people, politics, and pleasure. In particular, Black people, Black politics, and Black pleasure. I've learned over the years I need to make sure I keep saying that so people don't understand. They don't forget what we all about here. We all about us. Hey, good morning to you. Again, 513-873-7134. All you have to do is open your mind before you open your mouth. If not, a tisk with the flick of my wrist, and we moving on, family. We ain't got no time for nonsense. How was your weekend? How was everything? You see your boy Trump? Anybody get a chance to see that the first Georgia senator debate last night? I did. I got some thoughts on it. Yes, we must talk about it. All these things are percolating. Also, there's some local news as to who might be running for mayor in the city of Cincinnati. We'll get to all of that. But first, 3 OMG stories you might have missed from left to right. Now that first story, family, is from a video that I saw on many platforms, most notably World Star, of a family that was going into a grocery store. You see them on the left? They are ready. They're ready for COVID. They are ready for COVID. They ain't playing no games. The whole family was all COVID up. They ain't playing no games with these folks out here. Some of these people out here, primarily in Ohio, are playing games with COVID. Look at that. Now, what's so I don't know who the family is. I don't know where it is because it wasn't in the description. But to me, this is a visual representation of where we are. And I want to get your thoughts. Do you think this is too much? Family of four going out. I guess they're going to the grocery store. I would imagine that if you take these kind of precautions and these kind of safety measures, that you're probably not going to take the family out and go to the movies. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're going to the movies. I think they're going to a grocery store and just kind of looking at the parking lot. It looks like a grocery store or some kind of shopping place right there. But is that too much? Are they doing too much? I want you to ponder it for a little while. I want to give you some strong opinions about it. We'll talk about that in a second. We must discuss it. Again, I don't know who the family is. I don't know where it is. I saw the video over the weekend and I had to share it. The video is very short. I can show it to you real quick. The video is only like 10 seconds. And literally it's just somebody caught them and videotaped them walking like they don't even get out of their car in the video. They're just literally walking right in front of them. Is that doing too much? Let me answer for you. Hell no, it's not too much. Have you seen the COVID numbers? Yeah, I know a vaccine is on the horizon, but here in Ohio, COVID is winning. Winning. Trump's running. Remember when Trump said, oh, we're turning the corner? No, we're not. Get this, family. I read, and if somebody's got better information, please share it with me. But get this, family. I read that COVID is killing nearly as many people every single day in this country as there were people that died on 9/11. Think about that. We still mourning what happened on 9/11 because nearly 3,000 people died. I've read that in this country, my country, 'tis the D, we got the best health care, we top flight of the world and everything. Nearly 3,000 people are dying of COVID or COVID-related issues in this country every single day. And Donald Trump is MIA, running around talking about the election. Anybody that voted for this buffoon needs to be called out. I told you so. I got some white female Republican friends. I hope you're watching. This is what you voted for? We're in the middle of the pandemic. This fool is calling the governor in Georgia, trying to get him to do whatever he can to overturn the election results. And this is the kind of leadership you wanted? Absolutely pathetic. Anybody that voted for Trump, I've got no respect for you, period, whatsoever, unless you come out and disavow this clown. Now, you go back to 2016, you were like Hillary or Trump. Okay, I get it. But you voted for this fool in 2020? Zero respect for you. Meanwhile, this is the new reality of Americans. That's your new reality. I'm not mad at him. And maybe it's the OCD in me. I haven't gone this far, but listen, if you see a 6'4" black man with an amazing voice walking around the stores of Ohio dressed like this, it's probably me. And so what? And to be honest with you, people might lampoon and laugh at these folks, but they're probably doing the right thing. I mean, because we're talking about an airborne disease that can get caught in your lungs if you breathe it in. That means they can get caught in your clothes. These people get a gold star from Nathan Ivey. Way to handle COVID-19. Now, this is what we need to be doing. This is a visual representation of Mike DeWine, who has no spine left. He has no bones in his body. Is that possible? How can he stand upright? Mike DeWine has no freaking spine whatsoever. This is what we need to be doing all the way around. I got no problem with him. And this is our future. ladies and gentlemen. That is the future of America right there. If we don't beat COVID, if we don't do something about this, that's the future of America right there. Stop playing games with COVID. COVID ain't playing no games with you. COVID's like no F's given. Kevin Hart got that from COVID. Kevin Hart got that title from COVID. COVID's like no F's given. We taking you all out. One by one, two by two. Yeah, oh, y'all want to congregate? You want to dance at the bar mitzvah or at the Halloween party or at the wedding? Cool, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that. Yeah, I got something for you. It's called COVID. No F's given. I say gold star to this family. Can I get an amen on this? They are doing the right thing. If my audio people, you can't see it, it's a photograph of a family of four. It looks to be a Caucasian family of four. I don't know how I'm saying this. Maybe I saw the video. Yeah, it's a Caucasian. It's a non-black family, put it that way. And they are head to toe, completely hazmat suit. The kids, they got 2 young kids, head to toe, plastic all over everything. Now, where you buy that from? Where you buy that from? Is that Gucci? Is that Gucci? They didn't get that from Walmart. Where can you buy that? Anybody know? Is that on the market now? It's an amazing market. Like if you're getting into the face mask and the whole body, protection racket, cool. You should do that. That's really smart. Because COVID's not done with us. COVID is not done with us. You got these governors running around playing politics. I can't wait for Trump to get his ass out of office so that the adults can come in and deal with this the way adults should be. He's consumed. I read a real interesting article. I want to say it was the New York Times over the weekend. I had to check my phone. It was very interesting it was called the title, The Last Days of Trump. It's like something out of a book. It's like straight from a movie. He's all like, the election was stolen. Mr. President, we've got no evidence whatsoever. Damn it, find the evidence. I'll say it again. The one thing about Trump that's getting underplayed is that if he could have stolen the election from Joe Biden, he would have. And it tells you everything about Trump that he won't let it go. Because liars think that everybody's lying. People that smoke weed, they think man, listen. Don't even try to argue with somebody that smoke weed and try to tell them that everybody don't smoke weed. They don't want to hear it. Everybody smokes weed. Barack Obama was smoking weed. Michelle, they was smoking a blunt every day. That's how they was dealing with Mitch McConnell. That's how humans are. When humans do something, they think everybody's doing it. So since Trump's been lying and stealing and conning his way to success, he can't fathom that he just lost because people don't like his ass. He can't fathom it. It's actually pretty scary. He got 70 million votes. What is wrong with my country tizity? So again, I got 3 OMG stories for you just to kick things off real quick. We got to talk about this. And you can, as I move on, you can feel free to share your thoughts on anything. As I move on, you can feel free to share your thoughts on anything. I got a video for you, okay, that you got to see. This story comes from Ohio. And we got to peel this onion back. And it's got to be black media. Because when black people see these kind of videos, in this video coming up, it's the second OMG story that I don't know if you might have missed it. If not, I'm gonna share with you this morning. See, when black people are very. Let me approach it from this way. Anybody hip to Ralph Wiley? Ralph Wiley is was a black man who worked for ESPN in the early days of ESPN as a sports writer. I'm not sure if he ever got on air, but he was a writer by trade. He wrote a book called Why Black People Tend to Shout. One of my favorite books of all time. Crazy, crazy, crazy writing style. Crazy skills, right? And one of the reasons why black people tend to shout in America, in the new America, is because of our treatment of law enforcement. There's a double standard, and we already know it. So whenever there is a video or an incident, and a video of the incident, of the interactions between police and non-white people, it catches our attention, right, fam? It catches our attention. We want to see what's happening. Like, oh, that's what we doing out here? And we already know that if you're non-white in America, if you're non-white in America, you don't really have to do a whole lot for the police to go straight Conan Barbaric on you, right? To go straight serpent, straight cobra. You know what I'm saying? Straight cobra commander on your ass. You know what I'm saying? We've seen incidences where black people was running away and got shot in the back. We've seen incidences where black people were sitting in the car and they simply tell an officer like, hey, officer, I'm a conceal and carry permit holder. Oh my God. End up shooting a person and killing them with kids in the back. So it's completely righteous. It makes complete sense when black people see videos of non-black people and their interactions with law enforcement, and we analyze to see if there's any differences. I got a video for you like that this morning. This video actually comes from Ohio. I see this video. This is wild. And so people talk a lot about how like white folks, white skin privilege, they can get away with acting all crazy. Anybody remember the show Cops? I remember the early days of Cops. I used to watch it. They took a hiatus this year because they didn't want to be insensitive because of all the social unrest behind George Floyd's death and Breonna Taylor. But then they went right back to making that money, you know, serving it up. But I remember watching the early days of Cops, and they'd have white women who like be slamming the door, like the officer would say, get out the car, ma'am. I'm not getting out of my car. How dare you? And slam the door, try to drive off. Nothing would happen to him. Remember Dylan Roof? This young white psycho white supremacist walked into a black church, killed 19 people, like 9 people, shot 19 of them. And what'd they do? They peacefully arrested him. Hey, you hungry, son? Oh, you remind me of my son. Let me get you some Burger King. Like literally stopped and got him some food and everything because he said he was hungry. He just killed 9 people in a church for some racist ish. So that's the lens in which a lot of black people shout about these kind of things. This particular video is interesting for a lot of reasons. It really is. It happened in Ohio. You're going to see this white dude wilding out. And then he said, it's just weird. He said something to the officer that again, I'll share it after the video. The video is like 2 minutes, 3 minutes long. I want you to check this out. This comes from Ohio, and I'll give you all the deets in a second. Now, listen, if you're on the audio feed, I already know we've been having some issues. If you don't hear this, please jump over. I'm going to give you a second to jump over. There's some extreme language in it, so I want to give the families out there a heads up so you can do what you got to do. I don't want to compromise you. You might be in work or whatever. So I'll give you about 15 seconds to get that together. But then I definitely want to play this video for you. I want you to check this out. This is wild. And in particular, look at how nice the officers are. But also, at some point, the man who was later arrested, he said something to the officers. It's almost like it was some kind of code word or something that makes one of the officers back up a little bit. Is it just me? You got to check it out for yourself and tell me what you think. All right, I'm going to roll this. I want you to check this out.
He said he's not going to shut off the car, so. Okay. That's all right. Just keep an eye on it. Just get the right fit. Just start with the set. Put your hand on the steering wheel. No. What are you reaching for? Whoa. Hey, get out of the car, man. You got a gun right there. Whoa. There's rights to this. Get out. There are rights to this. Do you have a concealed carry? There are rights to this. Get out. Hold up right there. It's open. My hands are up. No, you got. This is on body cam. You have a body cam, sir. Put your hands over your eyes. Do you have a body cam? Put your hand over your eyes. Do you have a body cam, sir? Put your hands over your eyes. Yeah, you're gonna. I will send this dog on you. I will shoot you if you do. Don't fucking grab that gun. You have rights. Put your hand. You have rights too. You have rights too. Don't you dare. You have rights. You cannot shoot me here. You need the Constitution. You know that. Right. You have a weapon. Okay. Yes, I do. And it's don't. What I need you to do. Hey. You can't be grabbing me on this. Is also unconstitutional. Body cam request. Can you quit yelling so I can talk to you? You have a gun for me. Right now. I need you to relax for me. Okay? I will shoot you if this possible. If that's a threat and so open that you have no body cam. You know this. He has a body cam. My hands are open. My hands are open. You need to get out of the car. No, I do not. I do not. Weapon. You cannot. No, it is constitutionally owned. I see that. You have a concealed carry permit. It's not concealed. Yes, you can see the weapon. It's right there. Don't do it. Body cam. What are you afraid of? Don't do it. I'm not doing anything. Do me a favor. Just please step out of the car. That's all we're asking you to do. Oh, you're asking me not to step out? Yes. Conceal your weapons, please. No. This is how we treat each other civilly. This is how we act civilly. You know this. Right eye. Right eye. You got cover?
No, just,
Yes, we do.
don't, just please.
Do you have body cam?
Please.
Do you have body cam? Do not forcibly remove
Do not,
me from
don't,
the home.
don't do it,
You know
don't.
that. You know that. That's not
Please,
no,
I
that's-
need you to
hey,
get out of the car.
Hey, I see double blue, sir. Are you gonna shoot me on double blue?
Just relax.
No,
Please
just relax. Hey,
just
there's
please
rights
get out of
to
the car.
this. There's rights to this. You know there are rights to
Listen,
this.
we can figure this out.
We can talk about this, okay?
Oh, this is how you
But right
feel
now,
about this.
we can't
Listen.
talk about it with you not listening to us.
Just-
Well, now listen, you
Okay.
are forcibly grabbed.
All I'm asking you to do,
You're violating my rights right now. Let go of me.
You just put your hand on a gun,
sir,
Whoa, no, you pulled a gun on me unconstitutionally.
Please.
And I did my in response. Oh,
we don't want to
Please.
do this, man.
just
okay?
get out of the car. I'm just asking. We'll get this figured out. Just come out and
okay,
just get out of the
you
car.
release me now.
can't do that.
Release it. I have Second Amendment rights, damn it.
Okay, just get out of the car. Come on, come back here. We'll
Excuse
talk
me?
about it.
Excuse me. This right here is a reason to
We'll get
defend
this-
myself, cast a doctrine. You know that.
We'll get this figured out. Don't do it. Please, just come on.
Get out of the car, sir.
Just get out of the car. Just step out.
The gun's down.
No, just
No,
step
get
out.
out of the car.
Just step out of the car. Just don't do it.
Get out of the car.
You're on double blue. You know what's going to happen, right?
Just stop.
You need to get out of the car. That's
No,
a
I
lawful
don't.
order. You're going to go to
What, a
jail.
gunpoint? Oh, take me to jail then. Go ahead.
Just
Right
come
now,
on.
you're obstructing.
I can't.
No, you're obstructing. You're pointing a gun at me, sir. Right now, my life's in threat.
Okay. Well, we have.
I don't see body cam on this, sir. I'm just going to drive away. I'm not going to bother anybody.
No, you're
Hands
not.
on the seat.
Don't do this.
No.
Don't do it. Don't.
Dude, it's like, don't do this. Please, pretty please. So the man that was closer to the car is Ohio State Highway Patrol Officer Mike Sigmund with his K9 Ben. The driver, the white male, his name is Marak Burr. And he had a loaded Beretta 9mm semi-automatic handgun on the front passenger seat. OMG, what the hell? Where did he do that at? I wish that police everywhere had that kind of incredible restraint. It just goes to show you what's possible. It just goes to show you what's possible, right? Now, we see other incidences with police. They want to, I've seen people, white and black, to be fair, but primarily black. Black people always get it worse. But I've seen people just say, look, I'm not getting out of the car. The officer goes immediately to, we're going to break the window and drag your ass out. I'm not moving. Bing! They break the window, drag them out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them jump on them. I saw that happen with a black man. Of course, it was a whole different situation. It wasn't Ohio. I think they broke a couple of ribs with him. Basically, it was some mistaken identity. A white woman said that they thought he was doing something strange. The police acted like, he was like, I don't know, Kaiser Soze, right? And swooped down on him. He was like, what's going on here? We said, get out of the car. What happened? Dragged him out. 5, 6, 7 of them dumped on his ass. They can do that? Did you catch when he said, white eyes? Is that what he said? He said, white eyes, white eyes. The officer immediately reholsters his weapon. You see that? I'm going to play it for you again because you might have missed it. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Is that some kind of code word or something? Where'd they get those code words out at? It could just be me. But I'm going to play this again. I want you to tell me what you see because I think you got to watch it twice. Some folks have maybe seen it for the first time. Okay, you got to watch it twice. If you're on audio, just jump over for a second, family, and then watch on the stream on YouTube and on Facebook because I want you to see this and give me your thoughts about it. Dude was super uncooperative off the top, number one. Off the top. I remember a story where there was a black dude, businessman in Cincinnati. He was leaving his office downtown Cincinnati. He got pulled over by Hamilton County Sheriff deputies. I think he had like a seizure or something, some kind of health thing. So he was basically not able to be responsive. The sheriff deputies formed Voltron on his ass. Yanked him out, swoop, swoop, bam. Broke him. I think they broke his ribs. The county had to end up paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. So this is from Genosha, Ohio. Anybody know where that is? It was Genosha, Ohio Police Department, I believe. Or area. Again, the driver's name is Marak Burr. I can show you his mugshot there. Can you see it? That's dude right there. Dude was like, white eyes, white eyes. And then you see the officer reholster immediately. He immediately reholsters his weapon. Now, is he reholstering his weapon because his next action is to try to open the door? Is it because of that? Or was he responding to what this dude said? And what the hell does white eyes know? There's a lot of smart people like this. That's some kind of code. That's some kind of good old boy code or something like that. We need some codes. I want to play this for you one more time, family, because I want to get your thoughts about it, okay? It's about 3 minutes long. And again, kind of pay attention to what I just shared with you and tell me what you think.
He said he's not going to shop the car, so.
Okay. That's all right. Just keep an eye on it. Just get the right fit. Just put your hand on the steering wheel. No. What are you reaching for?
Oh, whoa. Hey,
Get out of the car, man. You got a gun right there.
Whoa.
Get out of the
There's
car.
rights. There's rights to
Get
this.
out.
There are rights to this.
Do you have a consent
There are
decree?
rights there. Oh,
Get out.
Hold up right there.
it's open. My hands are up. My hands are up. No.
No, you gotta.
This is on body cam. You have a body cam, sir?
Put
Do you
your
have a body
hands over
cam?
your eyes.
Do you have a body
Put
cam?
your hand over
Do you
your
have a body cam, sir?
Put your hands over
Do you
your
have a
eyes.
body cam, sir? Yeah, you're gonna
I will send this dog on you.
I will shoot you
Hey,
if you do.
don't fucking grab that gun.
You
Put-
have rights.
Put your hand.
You have rights too. You have rights too.
Don't you
You
dare.
have rights. You have rights. You
Right.
cannot
Don't you
shoot me
dare.
here.
You
This is
need to be-
unconstitutional. You know that.
Right, you have a
Whoa.
weapon,
Hey.
okay?
Yes, I
Don't.
do. And it's
Don't.
What I need you to
So,
do.
hey, you
Oh,
can't
listen.
be grabbing me on this. Is also
Okay.
unconstitutional. Body cam request.
Can you quit yelling so I can talk to you?
You have a gun
Give me more
pointed at me,
units
sir.
right now.
I need you to relax for me,
I
okay?
will shoot you if this possible. That's a threat and so open that. You have no body cam. You know this.
He has a
My
body
hands are open. My hands are open.
Okay.
My hands are open.
You need to get out of the
No,
car
I
so
do
we
not.
can remove you
I
from
do
that
not.
weapon.
You cannot. No, it is constitutionally owned. I see that.
You have a concealed carry
617
permit.
It's not concealed.
Yes,
You
you
can
did.
see the weapon. It's right there.
Don't
body
do
cam.
it.
Body cam.
Okay.
What are you afraid of?
Don't do it.
I'm not doing anything.
Do me a favor. Just please step out of the car. That's all we're asking you to
Oh,
do.
you're asking me not to.
Yes.
Conceal your weapons, please.
No.
This is how we
Get out
treat
of
each
the
other
car.
civilly.
Please.
This is how we act civilly. You know
Sir.
this. Right eye. Right eye.
You got cover?
No. Just
Yes, we do.
don't. Just
Do
please.
you have body cam?
Please.
Do you have body cam? Do not forcibly remove
Do not.
me from
Don't.
the car.
Do it.
You know
Don't.
that. You know that. It's not,
Please.
it's not
I
I
need you to get out of the car.
Ben, house.
Hey, I see double blue, sir. Are you gonna shoot me on double blue?
Just relax.
No,
Please
just relax.
Hey,
There's
please
rights
get out of
to
the car.
this. There's rights to this. You know there are rights to
Listen,
this.
we can figure this out.
We can talk about this, okay?
Oh, this is how
But
you
right
feel
now,
about this.
we can't
Listen.
talk about it with you not listening to us.
Just-
Well, now listen. You
Okay.
are forcibly grabbed.
All I'm asking you to do,
You're violating my rights right now. Let go of me.
You just put your hand on a gun,
sir.
Whoa. No, you pulled a gun on me unconstitutionally.
Please.
And I did my in response. Oh.
We don't want to
Please.
do this, man.
Just
okay?
get out of the car. I'm just asking. We'll get this figured out. Just come out and
Okay,
just get out of the
you
car.
release me now.
can't do that.
Release it. I have Second Amendment rights, David.
Okay. Just get out of the car. Come on, come back here. We'll
Excuse
talk
me?
about it.
Excuse me. This right here is a reason
We'll
to
get
defend
this-
myself, cast a doctrine. You know that.
We'll get this figured out. Don't do it. Please. Just come on.
Get out of the car, sir.
Just get out of the car. Just
Get
step
out
out.
The gun's down.
No, just
No,
step
get
out.
of the car.
Just step out of the car. Just get. Don't do it.
Get out of the car.
You're on double blue. You know what's gonna happen, right?
Just stop.
You need to get out of the car. That's
So
a
I
lawful
know.
order. You're going to go to
What a
jail.
gunpoint. Oh, take me to jail then. Go ahead.
Just
Right
come
now
on.
you're obstructing.
I can't.
No, you're obstructing. You're pointing a gun at me, sir. Right now, my life's in threat.
Okay. Well, we have.
I don't see body cam on this, sir. I'm just gonna drive away. I'm not gonna bother anybody.
No, you're
Hands
not.
on the seat.
Don't do this.
No.
Don't do it. Don't.
Dude was playing no games. He was like, zzz, he took the hell off like it was nothing. Police was so nice. Like, I don't know who's begging more. Those officers begging that man who was later apprehended, by the way. He didn't get away. I'm going to go ahead and say it. If that was a black man, I mean, just think about Sandra Bland. And again, it's hard to make these comparisons on some levels, right? It's a little bit unfair in the sense that I want to say Sandra Bland, but that was a whole different police department, a whole different state. Remember what happened with her? She wouldn't put a cigarette out. Officer got all in his feelings. You gonna put that cigarette out? This man basically tells the officers many times, I will shoot you. Officer's like, I'm gonna stick this dog on you. He said, if you do, I'm gonna shoot you. Usually that means escalation time, but they stay even keel. Now, were these just two of the most even keeled and understanding officers on the planet? Is this, white skin privilege? Or did you hear when he says white eyes, and the officer immediately reholsters his weapon? Is that just a coincidence? Was the officer really just trying to open the door? Because he takes it back out, a little bit after that. I don't know, but like I said, 3 OMG stories that you might have missed. And that's number 2. Let's talk about OMG story number 3. You may or may not have seen this. I'm not really sure. That's the black doll there on the right-hand side. You see it there? I was just saying this last week, man, that it's just something about receiving packages. It is nothing like it. How many people shop on Amazon? Now, you do know that Amazon has a history of doing some old razor, right? Whether it be their digital descriptions of some of the things they're selling, and they back in the news again, family, then got caught again. And that's right, Amazon is back. Widely reported, I'm on TMZ right now, Amazon yanks children's doll with a racist description of braided hair. If you look at the doll there on the screen, I'm talking about the image on the far right there, that used to be for sale. And, I'm raising 2 black children, a little girl, a little boy. And my girl is 15 now, so she's beyond the baby doll stage. But I understood when she was in the baby doll stage, we wanted her to have black dolls. I never forget this. This is a true story. One of our friends, I can't remember who it was, but she was absolutely out of order. She had the nerve, I think it was for Christmas. She had the nerve to get my daughter a white baby doll. We put that shit in the trash. She never even saw it. She might be hearing it now for the first time. What the fuck? What? You better think before you go out there and spend your money, or was this something you got for somebody else and thought, oh, these black people will accept this. We put it straight in the trash. I don't care how much money she spent on it. We ain't doing none of that. My dude was like, trash. It was a no-brainer. It was like automatic, delete this file. That's disrespectful. To all the white friends out there, it's disrespectful to get white doll babies for your black friends and their little black child. I'm going to tell you right off the top. It's disrespectful. Don't do that shit over here. It makes me think you think I'm dumb or something. You like, what? What is this, Get Out or something? Where's Jordan Peele behind the curtain? This must be a movie. So yeah, really sensitive about that. And my son now, I'm really sensitive about that as well. Now I've relaxed a little bit, but I'm pushing him toward Black Panther. I'm glad to see he's embraced it. He's in the Spider-Man. I'm okay. Spider-Man was always cool with black people, so I never remember anything in the comments with Spider-Man. He was always cool with black folks, so we'll give Spidey a little bit. Plus, Spidey had amazing skills and spider webs and all that kind of stuff. But everybody else know. I ain't on it. It's Black Panther, nothing else for my son, unless we decide otherwise. So I get it. If you're raising black children, you want to go buy a black baby doll for your kids. I get it. So Amazon has now yanked. This is no longer for sale. This particular doll is no longer for sale. If you're like, oh, that's tight. Oh, it's got the little cowboy boots. Yeah, that's a hell of a combination right there. The legacy of black cowboys has been underplayed because, Americana wanted to get caught up with John Wayne and the Lone Ranger and all the other goofy ass ish. But most cowboys, the real cowboys that was doing all that cool stuff, was black. Everybody knows that. You doubt what I'm saying? Go look up Tariq Nasheed. He's done a lot of work on that level. I don't want to get into it now. But here's the description. Dolly Yearning. That was the name of the doll. 14-inch adorable black doll with casual red skirt and colored dirty braid fashion gorgeous doll. Wait. Dirty braids. Wait a minute. Dirty braids. Hey, Carla, hold on one second. I'll put you straight on. I want to make sure I put this image on the screen so people can see what I'm talking about real quick so you don't think I'm making it up. Yeah, this is a screenshot from me put this up on the screen real quick. There it is. This is a screenshot from. There it is. Look at that. There it is. You see that? Yeah. What are dirty braids? Anybody tell me? And why would you have a description like that with a black doll? Colored red skirt and colored dirty braid fashion. Gorgeous doll. Wait a minute. Dirty braid? So people hit up Amazon and they responded. They said, oops, my bad, y'all. And apparently they got a history of these kind of racist descriptions in some of their product. Who's doing the descriptions? Why do you never hear about people getting fired from Amazon when these kind of things happen? Where do you do that at? Dirty braids? Is that a style? I never heard of that. My wife has braids. My daughter has had braids. I don't think they've ever had dirty braids. I've heard of dirty dancing. Dirty braids, that's some new-ish to me. But what do you think? Let me go straight to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Nathan, it's Tracy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good morning.
I need you to help me understand something that I struggle with constantly, and it always happens around this time of year. It's the concept of buying a black girl a black doll. Now, let me explain my thinking. So, I'm thinking that when kids are little, they don't know color. They don't see color until their parents inject it into them. And on some levels, that's very important because, you know, we have to make sure that our kids self-identify and, you know, are healthy mentally and all of that good stuff. But what happens when that same child gets to preschool or kindergarten and they have a white friend? Do we insinuate that they need to throw that friend in the trash because they're white, or not associate with them because they're white? When boys have toys, they have G.I. Joes and all of these other little action figures who are more than likely white, and nobody has a problem with it. We don't have a problem until it's our little girl that has a white baby doll given to them. And I'm just trying to understand, what is the problem with having a black baby doll if we don't want our kids to only see the world in one way, and we want them to embrace all cultures?
You mean a white baby doll?
Yes. That's what I don't understand. Why is that a problem? If they can have white friends, why can't they have a white baby doll?
Yeah, well, I can't speak for everybody, but for me and my daughter, I wasn't with it. You know, when she was younger and she was populating her room with doll babies, I guess, and again, I'm not really into the doll baby thing across the board, because the number one goal of my daughter is not to grow up one day and have a child, which is kind of like what you're recreating. But if she's going to play like she's going to have a child, which is what I think that is, playing with doll babies and doing their hair, then more than likely her child's going to look like her. And so her play child should look like her. That was my thoughts about it. And if we decide to go off of the beaten path or whatever, then we make that decision. But for me, I found it very disrespectful. I can't remember who it was. One of my wife's white friends. She might have been well-intentioned. I just feel like it's arrogant and tone deaf for white friends to buy a white baby doll for their black friend's daughter. That's how I took it. So we threw that in the trash. Now, we never told, like I said, she might be hearing it for the first time right now. Not sure what she's doing, getting ready for class. She might be hearing like, word, I never heard about it. We didn't even tell her. We just made the decision. You know what I'm saying? And just let her keep going on with her little play life. But that speaking for myself, that was my thought pattern on it.
Okay, I understand, because you see it from the standpoint of that's her baby. But, I get it. Okay, that makes sense.
And with my son, I feel the same way. I grew up in a world where there weren't a whole lot of black superheroes, so I gravitated to Marvel Comics and some of those stories like Black Panther and Storm and the X-Men and things like that, because they had like themes that I could get into. I'm the same way with him. I want him to understand that if he's going to do the superhero thing, that there are black superheroes. Because I think that's one part of the cultural supremacy and dominance, right, that happens on a real small level. It happens with the type of media that we consume, them telling us who our heroes are. So, I have been just as much, even maybe more so with him, and trying to steer him toward black superheroes and, making him understand that not all the superheroes are white. I think that's very, very important, because I think it starts very early in terms of the way our culture what our culture tells us about ourselves?
I just wonder, because my kids, they really didn't play with superhero dolls and stuff like that. They were like into Hot Wheels and stuff. So, although my kids are older, I just always, even before I had kids, wondered about the doll concept. But the way you broke it down, it helps me understand. I get it.
All right,
and
Tracy.
That's all I had.
Okay.
Time.
Thank you for the call. I appreciate
you.
it. Yeah, I can't speak to everybody. That's just how we rolling over here. That's how we rolling over here. I mean, listen, let's be real here. I mean, that old doll baby thing, that ish matters. Just like Black Santa. Like, how many white people gonna catch their kids to go see Black Santa and then take photos? How many times you went to your white friend's house and they got pictures of Santa up there and it's a Black Santa? You don't see that ish. It's very rare. I ain't saying it never happens, but it's very, 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 very rare. Now, I don't really go to a lot of people's house off the top. Even less so to my white friend's house, especially now with COVID, but even before that. But for those that do, you tell me how many times you've done that. I ain't doing it. Now, I'm not into Santa. I'm going to tell you straight up, I ain't into Santa. You ask my son right now, Santa, he'd be like, Santa's not real. And I just smile every time like, yeah, it's my boy. But if you did come to my house and you did see a picture of my kids on Santa, you better goddamn believe it's going to be a Black Santa. I look like a damn fool doing anything else, period. That's my word. I'm standing by it. And you can say you like it. You can say you don't like it, but at least I'm being real with you. I would look like a damn fool. I ain't never looking like that. Huh? In my house? What? Hell no. Never. Ever. And I don't want to come to your house to see that. It's going to be very hard for me not to say something. Be like, did you see that? To the wifey, we'll be talking about y'all ass in our car. You know what couples do? Like, did you see that? On the mantelpiece? Was that a white Santa? I think it was, Nate. No, we ain't doing it. Just like black friends. Y'all ain't buying no black baby dolls for y'all white friends. And if you do, their kids ain't playing with it. I mean, maybe. I'm sweeping generalities here. If I'm wrong, you got different examples, please share with me. Please share with me. But what the hell is up with Amazon, man? They keep getting caught doing this kind of ish. Now, people did a little bit of they did a little bit of searching, right? So apparently they had like the white counterpart to the doll. Here it is right here. That's the white counterpart to the doll. Right. And apparently people read the description and there was nothing about dirty braids or dirty hair or nothing like that. Somebody at Amazon responsible for putting up the descriptions decided that this was going to be funny. That's what happened. Let's call it what it is. I'm telling you, whenever there are human beings involved, something's going to go wrong. Every single time, human beings are the problem. Every single time. So now Amazon, just so everybody knows, they've already apologized. It's like, damn, you're messing up with the experience. People love to get their boxes. Now, if you go back, remember Amazon is the same folks that got in trouble because they were selling these brown Oxford shoes, right? Remember this? Because we talked about it. Those wingtip Oxford shoes, they were selling them. And then in the description, it had the colors, right? The color read Nigwa N-word brown. This was on Amazon. See, here you are on Amazon. You're looking for some Oxford wingtips, you know, to finish off that look. And these mofos, you know what I'm talking about? Let me put it on the screen for you. Remember this? These mofos, somebody at Amazon put the color is N-word brown. And Amazon was like, oops. Amazon was like, oops, my bad. Ooh, they got to take it down real quick. Who's responsible for writing the freaking description? They need to be fired. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job, right? Let's get to it. Bring in the Sandman and give these mofos the hook. But there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm going to go straight to your comments now. 513-873-7134. 3 OMG stories that you might have missed. You might have missed, but now you're hip to the game. You on fleek this morning. Again, I give that couple, that family right there, that's a gold star family right there. Smart people. That is the future. We're all going to be walking around like this real soon. Real soon. Because the politicians don't know what to do. These Republican governors like Mike DeWine has no spine. He is scared out of his little body. He's only 5'1". He is scared out of his little body. He's scared to death. I don't know of who, but he is scared out of his mind. Begging people, please, mask up, please, we're begging you. I don't know who was begging more, those officers in the video I showed you, those Ohio State patrolmen in the second story there in the middle, or Mike DeWine. Who's begging more? I don't know. And then that takes us to the second story of what appeared to be, I don't know how you want to describe this. These are either two of the most even keel. These are two of the best officers in the world. Or we just saw an example of straight up white skin privilege. And oh, by the way, what does white eyes mean? He was like, white eyes, white eyes. Officer puts the gun back in the holster. Huh? Y'all got codes? Wait a minute. You didn't tell us you had codes. Y'all got codes and everything? What kind of club is this? I want in. And Amazon still can't get it right. Talking about some dirty braids. Again, my wife has braids now. My daughter, they go back and forth with the braids thing. You know, it's a black female thing. It's a black female thing. It's a woman of color thing. Everybody else, stop trying. Kylie Jenner, stop. I don't care what you do with your skin. You're not one of us. I don't care how many babies you had with black men. You ain't one of us, sis. Ain't nothing gonna change that. Dirty braids? Clearly, there are some people that need to be fired. Clearly. Now, if you missed the video, just kind of let me know and I'll circle back around. Let me go straight to the chop shop this morning. Say good morning to Pat. Pat writes good morning. Cassandra writes good morning. Clue Magic writes Grand Risings, Nate and the Choppers. Tracy, who we heard from, writes hi. Mason Mahler writes morning, Nate and the Choppers. Hashtag flows, rated E for everybody. Hashtag catch you on the rebound. I see you working, bro. Tanika writes good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Ray writes Grand Risings all. Crystal, great to see you. Thanks for all your thing you do. All the posts, I appreciate you. Inside the friends page. Shout out to Jesse and all the folks posting in the friends page. She writes good morning. Brian writes morning. Sharp writes good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Ashley writes good morning, Nathan and the Choppers. Happy Monday. Enjoy this week off before I start my new position at UC Hospital. It's going to be a great week. You talk about the most glorious time of the year. Oh my God. Is there a better feeling? Of course there are. But is there a better feeling than when you got that new job lined up and you leaving that old job like, we out of here, busters. Good luck on the Titanic. We out. You got that new job, especially if you stepping up. Got a brand new office. You making more money. You know what I'm saying? Woo, this is a good feeling. That's a great feeling. There needs to be a word for that feeling, right? That time frame. You got the new job and you're leaving the old job. I don't know what that is, but that's a great feeling. Congrats to you. Enjoy it. This is going to be a great week. It's going to go fast, though. Cassandra writes, I don't understand how they will try to buckle down on a vaccine to slow the spread, but won't buckle down on a shutdown. China recovered without a vaccine. They didn't get a second wave. Miss D writes, greetings. Roger writes, Ralph Wiley walked so that Stuart Scott could run. Both of those brothers are trailblazers and missed tremendously. Okay, Roger's hip to the game. Yeah, Ralph Wiley, man, he only wrote one book before he died of, I don't know, pancreatic cancer? It was something like that. One of my favorites. You should check it out. DB Cooper writes, Wiley was a print journalist. Scott was TV. Wiley was not a fan. How would I know that? Met one at NABJ. Which one? I would have loved to meet both of them. Both of them were trailblazers. They both were. Fox writes, rise and shine, young stars. Mike Jones writes, good morning, Choppers. Roger writes, Wiley did some TV also. He was on the Sports Reporters with Mitch Albom. Yes, he was on the Sports Reporters. I remember that. And William Roden. I wasn't trying to make the point. Okay, he's talking back and forth with Fame. Jared writes, good morning, hashtag Team and I. Salute. Good morning to you, Jared. Good morning to you. Mason Marler writes, my son was in the Spider-Man. Yeah, my son's in the Spider-Man too. I'm going to tell you, it was a debate. I was really conflicted. Really conflicted. Really conflicted. But there's a difference between the decisions that parents make for their kids and then somebody on the outside trying to give something to your kid. And it's like, wait a minute. We don't want this. What kind of black folks you think you are? And again, I could have get all in my feelings. I could be dead wrong. But so be it. Good morning to you. Mason Marler writes, what the dirty braids? Lack of diversity on the marketing team. Tracy's voice and cadence sounds like Maya Angelou. Pam writes, good morning, all. She's in Arizona. What's the AZ looking like, Pam? Ray writes, since most of these toys are made in China, I would imagine that the ones writing the descriptions, and we all know the perspectives of us. Now, this was on Amazon's digital page. So to me, this is written by Amazon employees, just like they did with the Brown Oxfords, talking about some N-word Brown. Where they do that at? CG Dub writes, good morning, choppers. Cassandra writes, I agree with Tracy, but I understand Nate. My doctor watches my daughter, you wrote doctor, but she writes, my doctor watches Doc Mistuffins, who's a little black girl that's a toy doctor, and my daughter is adamant she wants to be a baby doctor. So I get her Baby Alive dolls in every color from white to black. And see, that's another reason why that kind of show like Doc McStuffins is so important. Because the cultural appropriation, the idea that black is lesser than starts with where people worshiping a white Jesus. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. And it starts very, very younger with the type of cultural icons, the media that surrounds your world. You know, I grew up in a world where it wasn't a whole lot of diversity. You know, we got, as far as we got was Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. He was black as far as we was concerned in our household because he had an all black outfit. So we imagine he was the black dude. I mean, you know, come on now, be real here. You know, I grew up in a world where it was Captain Kirk. And whenever there was a black dude, you already knew that when he beamed down to the surface, he wasn't coming back. It was Bones, Dr. Spock, and William T. Kirk. Go down, they beaming down to the new surface with the black dude, the new, you know, third engineer. He wasn't coming home. You know, it was. Well, that's why Black Panther is so important. Broadway Flo writes, so when are y'all gonna fake boycott Amazon? I'm not sure if it's going that far. Brian Rice Jr. is a big fan of Miles Morales, Black Spider-Man, since he's seen him years ago. So is my son. Oh, you already know, B. Hey, son, you hip to this? Matter of fact, they was watching, by there I mean my daughter and my son. When you got multiple kids, watching the two of your kids or your kids interact is the best thing in the world. Seeing them just listening. We be listening like, oh, yeah. Sometimes they'll get into their little spats and I want to jump in. The wife is like, nah, let them work it out. I'm like, okay. And we just listen to see how they work it out. It's hilarious. But I'm with you on that. That's why Miles Morales is so important. Yeah, believe it or not, you can have black superheroes that save the world and get the damsel in distress. That's very, very important psychologically, culturally, in my opinion. I can't say enough about it. Broadway Flo writes, stop slandering Kirk. No extra made it back. I'm not. Hey, listen, I ain't blaming James. I ain't blaming the actor. I'm blaming the culture and the writers. That's who I stand by what I said, Broadway Flo. Good morning to you, brother. Brian writes, there's black G.I. Joe men. Not many, but I think it's roadblock and zipline. Okay. Or zipline. The Spanish word for the color black is negro. We know. We got it. I'm on Facebook now. And also YouTube. Tanya writes, happy Monday, Nate and Choppers. Today is the start of another beautiful week. Smile and be safe. Oh, absolutely. See this smile on my face? I'm a happy man. Frenay writes, good morning. Good morning to you. Jill writes, good morning, Nate and Choppers. Tracy writes, good morning. Dale writes, our Bengals are an utter disaster. Well, I'm not the kind of person to not tell you that I told you so. I told you so about these damn Bengals. I told you. It was letting Marvin go too soon. I told y'all. Oh, no, we got to get rid of Marvin. No, we don't have to get rid of Marvin. Keep Marvin. But no, everybody wanted to get rid of Marvin. You know, I'm going to rub it in. Maybe not to you, because I think some of you folks share my opinion on this. But Cincinnati let Marvin go too soon. Marvin was doing great work in terms of his philanthropic work here in the city of Cincinnati for Cincinnati CPS school children and beyond. Has Zach picked up the slack on that? I mean, the very least he can do is pick up the philanthropic slack that was left from Marvin Lewis. You know, it's the same old flow with me. Because the team itself is a disaster. They out here brawling now over what? Is that the coach's fault? I mean, maybe that's a stretch. I blame the individuals, but the Zach attack ain't working. But Cincinnati would rather lose with a white leader than win with a black leader. I'll say it again. Same thing with the United Way. Same thing. Y'all just got back to the playoffs since Dusty left. Y'all just recovered from Dusty Baker. They had to get Dusty Baker out of here. All he did was take you to the playoffs for the first time in decades. Same thing with Martin. All Marvin did was take a team that was a laughingstock and at least give you some respect. Take you to the playoffs 5 years straight. But no, that wasn't good enough for y'all. I told you so. I told you. Now, maybe Zach will turn around, but we'll see. So you're right. They are a disaster, but sometimes disasters are fun to watch. Dale writes, did y'all see the Georgia senatorial debate? I watched it. I sure did. And I'll just give you my straight opinion. I mean, I'd go with the Reverend all day, every day. Was it Senator Loeffler, who is the wealthiest senator, by the way? Her husband is the owner of the New York Stock Exchange. She's worth about $500 million. Now, is that something we should use against her? I mean, not necessarily. It depends on your mentality. But to me, it says a whole lot. Now, you know, she's part owner of the WNBA team in Atlanta. And the sisters on that team, they didn't even endorse her. In fact, not only did they not endorse her, they campaigned against her. That says a lot about her because she came out on some anti-Black Lives Matter stuff. I told the wifey as we was watching it last night, I kid you not, she sound like Bruce Hofbauer. You know, everything was an attack and everything was a deflection. And she kept talking about how he's a left-wing extremist and all this kind of stuff. But meanwhile, she was out here selling stocks because she got some advanced information as a member of Congress just to make more money. Now, you're already worth $500 million and you selling off stocks is about, what, $30 million? Damn, you greedy ass mofo. If I was in Georgia, man, listen, it's not even a conversation. I'm voting for the Rev all day. She sounded like Bruce Hofbauer did. I remember moderating the conversation between Bruce Hofbauer and Charmaine McGuffey. What struck to me is that he spent his whole time trying to paint her as something and criticizing her rather than telling us about what he was going to do. And it was the same old Republican playbook. Oh, he's a socialist. Well, damn it, we need some socialists. We need to redistribute the wealth. We need to spread the fun around. That's right. Being wealthy in America, it comes with tremendous privileges, opens a lot of doors. You're living a great life. The last good times in this country is when more people had more. Period. When more people have more and more people are smiling, everybody's kids dancing in the streets, that's good times. But you got the greedy, rich elite, and my spider sense tells me that's Kelly Loeffler, that enjoy the stratification of incomes and everything that comes with that. She sounded like a damn kook. And then when they asked her, so do you think that Trump lost the, number one, it was some bad questions that was asked. The sister asked a really bad question. Like, who's asked? God damn it. Where are these questions coming from? The sister was trying to do, and I don't know her name, but down in Atlanta, part of the Atlanta Press Club, they had a sister on the panel. And I'll give her props because she was trying to do her job, which was drill down. Again, the follow-up is everything. The follow-up question as a journalist or as a moderator is everything. The initial question is, for lack of a better term, just a setup. It's the follow-up where you get to the Perry Mason moment if you're going to have it. And her follow-up question was something like, well, and the first question was about, you know, does she essentially think that Donald Trump, was the election stolen from Donald Trump? It was a fair question because Donald Trump tried to put pressure on the governor in Georgia or of Georgia to try to basically redo the election in Georgia, to throw it all out and redo it again. And to his credit, Kemp, I believe it is, he was like, nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't going to be able to do it. We ain't going to be able to do it. We ain't doing that. So it's fair to ask these senators, especially the Republican senators, about that. It's a fair question. She dodged the question, not very artfully. And then this sister asked her, she just gave her a T-ball question. She was like, well, where do your loyalties lie? Is it with the president or is it with the Georgia governor? Bad question. Bad question. Why is it a bad question, family? It's a bad question because we already know the answer, and it's an obvious door out. I didn't even have to hear her answer to know what she was going to say. She said, my loyalties lie with Georgia. So your question ended up giving her a chance to make herself look good. It's a bad question. You could have got to the heart of it by asking the question in a different way. Where do your loyalties lie? And no. And you served up a nice little T-ball. My loyalties lie with the people in Georgia. As soon as it came out of her mouth, I'm sure that the woman who asked the question was like, yeah, that's right. Come on now. Think. So yes, Daryl, I did see it. And there's no way in the world, if I lived in Georgia, would I vote for Loeffler? No way in the world. Just based upon that. She spent way too much time trying to paint this brother as some kind of extremist. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what you're going to do. Same thing. It sounds like Bruce Hofbauer. It sounds like all these Republicans. They all say the same thing. Oh, the Democrats want to bring in socialism. Well, damn it, we need to spread the wealth around. We need to spread the fun around. Oh, your taxes are going to increase. Well, they might for the rich. For the wealthy, it might go up a little bit, but if it's better for everybody, it's better for everybody. Oh, boy, they're trying to steal your health care. Meanwhile, the Trump administration is in court trying to destroy Obamacare during the middle of a pandemic. Did you forget that? What have you done for black people? Well, I've worked with a lot of black folks. There was no follow-up to that question. I thought it was bad. The questions could have been a lot better. The follow-up could have been even better than that. But we got a chance to see what she was all about. Not a lot. Not a lot. When they asked her a question about her privilege and about the amount of money that she's worth, she started talking about how she grew up on a farm and how she used to babysit or something like that. She used to work at Dairy Queen. It was something like that. And I could tell, this is what you have people who work with you, media specialists. This is what they do. It's called debate prep. She sounded like a robot. He is a socialist. I mean, it's the same answer over and over and over and over and over again. And you got to figure out who your audience is. Her audience is the Republican base in Georgia. She's trying to get Republicans to turn out for her. So by not disavowing Donald Trump and coming out and saying he's a kook and a grown-up man baby that needs to just deal with it, he lost the election, she's trying to stay really, really close with Trump. As I understand, in terms of her voting record, she's like 100% with Trump. So I get it. I get it. I don't know whether it was good or bad for her in terms of the Republican base, but for me, she came across as robotic, rehearsed, pre-scripted on some BS, didn't really answer the questions. She spent way more time trying to talk about how he was some kind of left-wing radical than she did really talking about what she's going to do. Now, she did talk about the American dream, but can I get some specifics? So that's my general impression, Daryl. I did see it. Let's go to the phones. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Ivey. This is your West Side Connection. Up bright and early out here on the left coast. Hey, Pam. She kind of on the left coast out there in Arizona. This your boy, Drop Squad 52. How you doing, Nate?
I'm doing great. Good morning, brother.
Woo. Mr. Ivey. Good morning, sir. I like the way you broke down that debate last night in Georgia. It just so happens, Mr. Ivey, the portion that I saw was kind of like what you were talking about. And yes, she did look like a robot. Raphael looked a little bit too cool. He was a little bit too laid back. He wasn't quite Obama-esque, but he was cool. I can tell the brother has a future, but how many pastors do you know that have been elected to that high of an office, Mr. Ivey? Can you think of any off the top of your head? Black pastors that were elected because Jesse Jackson lost when they ran for president. Al Sharpton lost when he ran for president. Billy Graham ran for president once. He lost. So my memory, I don't remember any pastors that have risen this far on the national stage. Locally, yes, but can you remember anybody?
I can't, man. That's a good point. I can't. Do you think that'll hold them back? I mean, this is the Bible Belt, right? This is Georgia.
Yes, but yeah, that's going to be the problem with him because he's going to need white votes. Unlike Kelly Loeffler, she doesn't necessarily need the black vote. Okay, because if you remember Jamie Harrison, who was running against Lindsey Graham, and everybody just knew he was going to win because of the black support was so huge, and the turnout that he had in the previous runoff or something with Lindsey. So he didn't get the white vote in South Carolina. So I don't know if Reverend Warnock is going to be able to pull this off. And his one mistake, Mr. Ivey, is he tried to say he was the people's pastor, right? He's not a politician. I'm the people's pastor, and I'm here speaking for the people. But when one of the reporters asked him, I think it was the white guy who was sitting on the opposite end of the table of the black reporter, he asked him about packing the Supreme Court. And with the way the Reverend responded, he sounded just like a politician. So to me, that kind of evened it out when Kelly Loeffler didn't answer specific questions, being a politician, and then Reverend Warnock, who's claiming to not be from that political class, he sounded just like a politician because all he had to do was just say, no, I do not support packing the Supreme Court, and then we would have moved on. But he caused the guy who asked the question to come with another follow-up question, which we know what that means. When they come with a follow-up, they think your first question was a bunch of BS. So I don't know if he's got a chance, Mr. Ivey. And I mean, we're just going to have to wait and see. But other than that, Mr. Ivey, I just wanted to say, because when I turned the show on, you was talking about the Amazon article with the brown shoes, and the description of the shoes was Negro brown. Now, come on, Mr. Ivey. We all know that in the Spanish language, the word for the color black is spelled Negro, and it's pronounced negro. You know that, right, Mr. Ivey?
I do know that, yes.
Okay, so again, it's a lot of sensitive black people out there that just get triggered over stupid stuff like the pictures of cotton and stuff like that. So 2021 with Sleepy Joe and Vice President Kamala Harris, you wait, Mr. Ivey, it's going to be more and more stories like this. And the last thing before I go, MSNBC, the last time a Democrat was hired, the last time a Democrat was elected president in 2008 with Barack Obama, MSNBC went on a mission to hire a bunch of young black TV celebrities, and they call them Negro Whisperers. Well, guess what, Mr. Ivey? Starting next week, MSNBC, they will have 2 new black hosts. And is that because we have a first-time black vice president? Jonathan Capehart and oh man, I forgot her name. I can't believe that, Mr. Ivey. Don't get old, sir. I can't think of her name. I followed her on Twitter. We used to go back and forth. I can't think of her name, but she's taken over for Joy Reid and AM Joy on MSNBC. Tiffany Cross. Yes, Tiffany Cross will be the new host, taking over the AM Joy slot on the weekend. And then Jonathan Capehart, the guy from Washington Post, will be taking over. He'll be getting a show as well on MSNBC. So the Negro Whisperers are back on MSNBC. Shout out to Kamala on Black Y'all Harris, because I know we're going to see you a whole lot on TV. Maybe that's going to be the new role of the vice president, to go on all the talk show circuits. Well, that's all I got, Mr. Ivey. I'm kind of rusty on a Monday morning.
Real quick before you go, I want to correct you on something. So you're right. I do know that the word negro or negro, I think it's really negro in Spanish, means what? Brown. It means black, right? But in the Amazon article, with that Amazon controversy, it wasn't negro. It was the N-word, Nigger.
Well, people don't know how to spell, Mr. Ivey. I mean, a lot.
People don't know how to spell.
Again, Mr. Ivey. But Mr. Ivey, again, sir, it's a word as a description of a freaking shoe. So, I mean, black people got to, I mean, come on now. We can't be running around. Oh, I see a picture of a person eating watermelon. Come on now.
You're making excuses. And in the description, it was N-word. You're making excuses for bad behavior. In the description, it was N-word brown, which would be redundant. Like if what they meant to say was negro because of Spanish, then why would you say black brown? Clearly, this was somebody racist doing a description at Amazon, and they should have been fired. Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious.
Mr. Ivey, I shop on Amazon. When you have a black shoe and a brown shoe, those are 2 different colors. You list the colors.
Makes my point all the more. So why would somebody put N-word, Nigger brown in an Amazon description?
Mr. Ivey, again, I don't give a damn what somebody put in Amazon description. As a black person, if I read that, I wouldn't have flashbacks of getting lynched. Okay, Mr. Ivey.
It's not about having flashbacks of getting lynched. It's about you're spending your money and you don't want to be offended by the people you're spending your money with. Period.
How? If I need a pair of black Oxford shoes, okay, and I'm scrolling through and I see the black shoes, but in the description it says the color is negro.
But now you're changing it. No.
Come on now,
Now you're changing it. So you telling me, let me get this straight, black man. I want to understand what kind of black man you are. You telling me you scrolling through Amazon because you want to buy some black Oxford wingtips. You find them, and in the description, it reads Nigger brown shoes. You're going to make that purchase?
Mr. Ivey, it's a pair of shoes. If I need the shoes,
come on, Reverend
Amazon product.
Come on, Reverend Walnut.
Amazon.
It's a simple yes
Mr.
or no.
Ivey.
Come on, Reverend Walnut.
Are you going to let me talk?
Go ahead.
Are you going to let me talk, sir? Mr. Ivey, everybody knows how Amazon works. You have private individuals who put their items on these websites. They have to type out all the information, okay? And if someone misspells a word, I'm not tripping, okay? Because, again, it is a description in an Amazon ad. Okay, Mr. Ivey, really? Are black people going to be doing this when Joe Biden is president, bringing up every little issue? Mr. President, did you see the Amazon ad? Mr. Ivey, I can see this. I can see it already. With our mainstream media, ain't going to give Joe Biden and Kamala Harris no tough questions. Okay? And then something like this stupid stuff that might be trending on social media, and we know how lazy our media is, they'll pick up the story because it's got 1 million views. Everybody's talking about it. It's trending on social media. Amazon prints a description of shoes as nigger. Now, come on, Mr. Ivey. You know good and damn well you're going to have some silly-ass young reporter at the press conference. Mr. President, did you see the article in Mr. Ivey, I can already see it coming.
You could have
And
just said
then
N-word.
Kamala Harris.
Number one, you could have just said N-word. You could just say N-word. But I
I'm
get your
sorry.
point. You're doing your Raphael Warnock. You just criticized him for not answering the question, and now you're not going to answer the question. The answer is yes or no.
I'll
You're going to buy the shoes or you're not. And what you're telling me is you're going to buy the shoes anyway, huh?
Yes. Okay. Now, Mr. Ivey, I will give you a caveat. Okay. In the context of the Amazon, I'll buy the shoes because I know how Amazon works. But if I went to Macy's and on their display on the shelf when I'm buying some Oxfords and it said nigga, oh no, I ain't buying the shoes.
Like I told you, man, I got kids listening. I appreciate you. Thank you for the call. You could just say N-word, but I get it. It's hard for you to deal with being proven wrong. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. I'm gonna move on. I appreciate it because clearly you and your feelings this morning. I appreciate the call. Appreciate you. Like I said, I mean, I'm doing some new things as we get ready for 2021. All right, I've been nice enough. You know what I'm saying? You hear me saying N-word, just say N-word or give us some kind of heads up. Like I said, just people listen. I got my own children listening, man. Simple as that. But that's drop Warnock. Couldn't answer the question. Who misspells? You trying to write the word Negro, but you spell Nigger? Who does that? Who does that? I mean, I'm not telling you it's a revolution type stuff, but when I go on Amazon, I expect for them to do their job and to make sure that you're not posting anything that's offensive, whether it be to me, particularly black folks or whoever. Simple as that. But I appreciate the call, Drop. Appreciate you, brother. He hates it. He hates it when I call him out. Yeah, I don't need all that extra stuff, man. Yes and no. So he gonna buy the shoes. Now I ain't buying the shoes. I would feel like an Nigger for buying the shoes. That's just me. Now you might go buy them. I mean, it's your money. Do what you want to do. Oh man, but a heads up on he right about that. There is two new black folks that's getting shows on MSNBC. And, the cable networks do this. When a black person is in the White House or the vice president, more black people get visibility and chances to get on some of these cable networks. It's the strangest thing. Same thing happened when Obama was in the White House. You saw more black pundits, more black people coming in. You're going to see the same thing now that Kamala Harris will be there. I'm happy for them. I hope they do a great job. Speaking of which, have you heard this? Since we talking about, media moves, black media moves, I follow this kind of stuff. But you heard about the Griot TV. It's called thegriot.tv. They're going to be kicking it off on the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's national holiday, right? Coming up in January. It's going to be an entire station developed and devoted for black folks. And they're going to have a variety of different shows. They're going to do news and weather, game shows, sitcoms, the whole 9 yards. I don't know if it's going to be original programming or if I think it'll be a mix of original programming. And then the Griot is developing their own schedule as well. So, that the Griot is owned by who? Byron Allen. Byron Allen bought the Griot many years ago. And, he got deep pockets. He most recently purchased a couple of television stations, right? And the Griot.tv is set to debut in 100 million homes. 100 million homes. So look for that. I'm sure it's going to be dope. I'm sure it's going to be super dope. Check that out. Again, if you want to share your thoughts, 513-873-7134. I just ask, remember the children. Remember the children. And if not, I will have to remind you. I'm 100% serious about that. Remember the children, my own children. My children are more important to me than anybody listening to this show, as are your children to you, right? I keep saying it. So just, words for the wise. I don't want to have to regulate no grown folks. Just be artful with it. You know what I'm saying? You get it in once, cool, let it get it in once. We keep on moving. I know it's the internet. I'm not trying to police anything, but it is my job to set the standard, and I will do it. Don't get your feelings hurt. get your feelings hurt. All right, 513-873-7134 if you'd like to share your thoughts. Now, on Friday, we talked about, and in no way do I take credit for this. I think, as I said before, I like to analyze media. It's fun to me. And we talked about this brother who has a YouTube channel, and man, his views his subscribers have exploded over the weekend. I think he's picked up like 70,000 subscribers. I'm talking about that brother Kevin Samuels. Oh yeah, he's got a great show, great channel. I'm sure a lot of people will check it out he's got a lot of good things that are working for him. I deconstructed it back on Friday's show. You go back and check it out. I talk all about why I think that channel is winning from a media perspective. Again, I've been doing this for 20 years. I ain't new to the game. I ain't dibbling dabbling. I didn't do something else, and now I'm retired and want to do this. This is what I do. I've been doing it. And I ain't too bad at it. I ain't too bad. I know what I'm talking about. Good morning to you. All right, let me get back inside the chat. Let me see. Let me see here. Damn, we got so many comments. Cinnamon writes, good morning. Oh, I can't even go back previous to 7:49. Erica writes, good morning, bro. I def will. Good morning to you, Erica. Glenn writes, I'm staying home if I have to do all that just to go to the store. This is our future, family. Get ready for it. This is the near future. Glenn says he's staying home. Glenn, I don't believe it. I don't believe you, bro. Now, I ain't saying you're not an honest person because I know you to be an honest man. But I'm just saying that is our reality. We all gonna be going to school dressed just like that. I'm not sure where this video was taken from. That's a still shot from the video. I can show the video to you, but it's uneventful. It's only like 9 seconds. They're just walking from the left to the right. That's it. Okay. You don't see anything. They don't say anything. You can hear the people that are taking the video like, OMG, what the hell? But this is new reality. And I'm gonna be honest with you. The OCD in me, this is how I really want to go to the store. I'm going to be honest with you. So if you see a 6'4" black man dressed from head to toe in this at the Coreyville Kroger, it's me. It's me. I'm telling you, man. Because I believe the government's been lying to us, especially with Trump in office. Man, they've been lying to us about how COVID's been spread. First, they told you 6 feet apart. Hold on, I hear something outside. Then we found out you should be 12 feet apart, right? Man, listen, don't believe it. If I can get it from inhaling, droplets in the air, that means those droplets can get on my clothes. This family gets a gold star from me. They get a gold star from me. This is how you should go to the store. Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go to the phones. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show.
What's going on, Nate?
Hey, what's up, Glenn? AKA Mason Marlowe. What's up, brother?
Nothing bad. Hey, if I'm for real, if I have to put on all of that to go to the store, I'm not going out, man. It's like the zombie apocalypse has hit or something. I mean, I've seen pictures of people wrapped around in saran wrap and duct tape and stuff. I make sure I wear my mask. Whenever me and Miles go somewhere, we both have our mask. I mean, I got masks all over the place. And of course, for school, actually, I've kind of switched to the little, the little mock neck or whatever, the little turtleneck type of, you can just pull over your face or whatever. So yeah, those are more convenient than a mask now. But no, I can't do it, man. If I got to go through all that little short rib or that roast can stay there for an extra week or so.
You ain't doing that, huh?
I'm not, it's dangerous enough, man. I got pre-existing conditions. I can't afford it, man. But let me also say this. I say for any black person that could read any type of ad on eBay, Amazon, it could be in the freaking community press, and it uses the N-word as a description, and you decide to still go and buy it, you are a grade A buster. You are in the Gilligan of Mount Rushmore. You are in the Gilligan Hall of Fame if you truly believe that. I can't believe Drop even said that. I mean, really. Okay, and then the whole idea, you know what Negro means in Spanish, right? Like, what, he thought was in the first grade? Drop, who do you think you're talking to? Your crowd? By the way, Drop, where is Donald Trump? Have you seen him, Nate? He came out Saturday for a little rally in Georgia and spoke more about himself than the two people that are in the Georgia Senate runoff. Did you check that out? Then when they got up on stage, Loeffler and Perdue, they were yelling at the crowd was yelling at them to support Donald Trump. I'm still hearing people, Nate, talk about, they had a big little support Trump rally out here in Westchester, man. Out there on Collinsville, Cock Road. I actually drove by just to look at them. I honked my horn and gave them the finger. They're probably like, who is that black guy? Hey, Drop, who is that Negro? Is that what they said? Well, yeah, I'm sitting here watching these fools. They still call it in, talking about, there might be a civil war if you don't overturn 80 million votes. That's the mentality. And this goes back, Nate, and this is going to be the things I want to talk about on Catch You on the Rebound show. Remember when we were talking about we need to find out, why 71 million people decided to vote for Donald Trump and, Democrats need. I don't understand crazy, Nate. I don't get them at all. I don't know how you speak to them. I mean, put it this way. How do I cooperate and collaborate with a fool that's willing to buy something that says the N-word on it? I mean, really, help me out here, Nate. Help me understand it. I'm too serious to talk to fools like that. Can you send me somebody else? Where's your cousin? Where Kiki and them? But I can't talk to fools like that, man. You got to come better than that. And then, like I said, the same thing that you accuse Raphael Warnock of doing, you do the exact damn thing on the Nathan Ivey Show. Nate, that's all I got, man. I got to get back to work. It's Monday. Man, Mondays suck, man. We might have to talk about that. What is the worst day of the week for you? But I catch you on the rebound, Nate. And as in the end, man, hopefully in the end they get what I'm spitting. I'm out, brother. I appreciate it.
Most def. Yeah, I see the brother laying tracks, man. He laying the track, the foundation for an upcoming podcast presented by Sin Digital Media. That's hilarious. He said, look at that Negro. Is that what they said? That is hilarious. Oh, man. What that Negro say? Yeah, Trump, man. Trump is Trump. Y'all want to hear a little bit of Trump? I'll be honest with you. Trump is a lot easier for me to deal with now that I know we ain't got to deal with him for much longer. Am I the only one who feels that way? I can't be the only one who feels that way. He is a whole lot easier to deal with now that I know I don't have to deal with him for much longer. You dig what I'm saying? He up out of here real soon, and I love it. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I can't wait. I can't wait. He's going to be out of here real soon. So let me play this for you. You got to see this. You got to see this. This fool, man. And like people are like clapping like, yeah, 4 more years. They stole the election. Who stole the election? Trump lost the election. You know what's funny and scary? More scary than it is funny is that Trump actually had a chance to win the election. Oh, Biden was far from a perfect candidate, but his craziness, his Trumpisms drove people out to vote against him at record numbers. 80 million people voted for Biden. I know black folks that couldn't stand Biden and voted for him anyway because it was like anybody but Trump. And those are smart, intelligent black people. Very smart people. We'll have to wait and see. Somebody try to call. Let me play this for you. Hold on one sec. Let's take the phone call. Your calls are my priority. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the show. They hung up. They didn't want to talk. So, okay, this is from Mediaite. You got to see this, man. This is hilarious. This fool. Check this out. Look at this guy, man. Well, we don't want to do that. Crest is not my sponsor, so we don't want to do that. Hold on, we'll let that pass, and then I want to play this video from you. It's on Mediaite. You might be hip to them. They do great work. Check them out. Just give me a couple seconds. I want their ad to go past. Here it is. Check this out.
Thank you. A very popular First Lady, I have to say. Thank you very much, and thank you, Melania. And I want to say hello, Georgia. We did a great job. You know, we won Georgia, just so you understand. And we won Florida, and we won a lot of places. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you. No, we won a lot of places. We won Florida. We won Ohio. Big. We won them big. Remember, we were going to.
So that's big. We want them big. Big. We want them big. This guy, man. This dude is hilarious. He is grade A hilarious. And you know what? It's much easier, I've noticed, it's much easier for me to consume Trump media now that I know that I don't have to deal with it much longer. It's so much easier. I like it so much better. But we got Kelly Prather on the line. Let's go straight to our phone call this morning. Hey, good morning, Kelly. Welcome to the show. Hey, good morning, Kelly. Welcome.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I am blessed and highly favored, as I always say, and really excited about this mayoral race. I think, God is making a way out of no way. So, but I wanted to talk about, you showed the family who was totally wrapped in plastic and just keeping them safe and free from the coronavirus. Nathan, I'll be the first to say, if it comes to that, if that's what I have to do to keep myself safe, that's what I'm going to do, because this coronavirus is serious. Last week, my ex-husband's mom died because she was so desperate to get out after being in isolation for so long. She was so desperate to get out. She went out to a bingo hall, and she caught the coronavirus at the bingo hall and died within a couple of days because her immune system was already compromised. But I said that to say this. People need to take this thing serious. I have a sister right now who was at home recovering from the coronavirus. And sadly, when you go into the hospital, Nathan, I didn't know that they don't do anything. The only thing they do is they take your vital signs around the clock. If you say that you're in pain, they give you Tylenol, and then they give you a lot of fluids. So they're not doing a lot to prevent the coronavirus. And as far as Governor Mike DeWine, I think that he, with his strike force, I know that he said that he was going to send task forces to the nursing home. If nursing home staff and patients get tested. The fact of the matter is, as it relates to Trump and his entire administration knew about the coronavirus last year. I keep reminding people that it's COVID-19, not COVID-20, because it was out last year. And I remember calling into Lincoln Show and telling him I had a patient at home health who was diagnosed with the coronavirus. They made it seem like I was like just attention seeking and doing everything. No, the thing is, and as it relates to the media and as it relates to, them communicating what's really going on, is we need integrity in journalism. We definitely need integrity in journalism. And we need people who are going to be open and honest and transparent about what's going on out here. And had the Trump administration been forthcoming with this information, so many people could still be alive. So I blame him, and I thank God that he is almost out. He has about 40 days before he's just ousted out of the White House, as he should be. And what is most discouraging about Trump and his followers is, I have a friend who has a very successful home health agency. She's a Black woman. She's married to a white man. And I would even show her, tidbits of Trump's racist rant. And she refused to believe that Trump has a racist bone in his body. She keeps saying that, referring back to the Biden administration, saying that they're on the verge of turning America into a socialist society and that they're devil worshippers. I'm like, honey, listen, we just need to focus on rebuilding this country, getting people in there who's going to be forthcoming about information. And like I said, as it relates to journalism, I thank God for independent journalists like yourself and other people who are doing these podcasts, because we cannot count on mainstream media to, keep us in the know. And I thank God for social media, because if social media were not around, we would still be in the dark about a lot of stuff. So, once we, change guards next year in City Hall, we clean out the corruption, and hopefully that'll open up. I'll have an opportunity to open up more resources for independent journalists, for new people to come in and to just keep people posted about what's really going on out here. Because, like I said, mainstream media is doing a disservice to the entire community. And we need help. We need people who are going to be open, honest, transparent, and we need accountability. People who are just going to keep it all the way real. So thank you so much for letting me call in. And before I go, let me just say, please say a special prayer for my family. I lost my brother-in-law this morning, and we don't know if it was COVID related or not, but I just lost a brother-in-law early this morning. But I want to encourage people to continue to mask up, use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, do whatever you got to do to keep yourself safe, because this coronavirus thing is real. So that picture with that family all wrapped in plastic was kind of funny, but at the same time, it's not funny, but it's not, because this coronavirus is that real. So thank you so much. Nathan, you have a wonderful week, and I'll be checking you out all week long, and I'll call back in, okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for your support, your donation. I appreciate it.
Oh, you are so welcome.
Yep.
All right,
thank you so much. That's Kelly Prather right there, running for mayor. With the things that have happened recently, man, it changes everything. It changes everything. PG Sinfield, at this point, we don't know what's going to happen. I'll stick by what I said. Assumed innocent, presumed innocent until proven guilty. But do I think it's going to have an impact on the mayoral's race? Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. I'm reading that David Pepper may step into the race. There was a big article in the Cincinnati Enquirer about that. And I got mixed feelings about David. I have to figure out where I didn't really think much of him when he was a city council person, although I can't remember anything specific. I do remember I was trying to get at him about something, and I just felt like he dealt with it in not the best way. And I think I had a really legitimate reason. I just can't remember what it was. But that was many years ago, and I'm sure his politics we've all grown and we all mature in things. I'm willing to give anybody a chance. His name has been floated out there. Apparently people in Cincinnati are trying to urge him. That's how the game goes. The big game of politics, money and power. It don't really matter. It don't really matter. One person goes down, they start, and by they, I'm talking about interest. See, if you got an interest and agenda, it's bigger than any one person. That's why I say the black agenda is bigger than any one person, any one party. If you got general interest about the future of Cincinnati, it don't really matter who's running for mayor. You just want to make sure that whoever's running for mayor, whoever wins, you got a leg in with them. That's all you care about. Again, my mission is simple: amplify black voices. That's why we funded. That's why we started Sin Digital Media, to create a platform for independent voices. And I'm very pleased to say that there are so many talented people in the greater Cincinnati area. I always knew it, but just doing this and being able to reach out to people, all I can say, there's many more podcasts in the pipeline in various stages of development that we'll have for you. Some new podcasts coming in line with the new year. So look for that in January. At least 2 new podcasts dropping in January from CDM. And many more plans. Now, COVID has had an impact on some of the plans just because the plan was to be in more public venues. So that might push it back a little bit, but we ain't stopping. We move forward, full speed ahead. You want to share your thoughts? 513-873-7134. If you want to send me a direct text message, you got a tip on a story, cool. You got my number, actually. My cell phone number to this phone is in the description. You can text me with a tip at any point. We love tips. This was the platform in Cincinnati that broke the Bruce Hoffbauer story. Way before mainstream media, I was telling you about Bruce and the fact that he killed an unarmed black man back in the day, and yet he wanted to be sheriff. I don't think so until you at least answer these questions now. And much more. There's a place for independent media alongside the legacy media, in my opinion. But what do you think? 513-873-7134. It's a Cincinnati-based digital media company, hence the name Sin Digital Media. If you want to support by getting merch, you can get this cool Black Voices Matter sweatshirt. I'm not wearing mine today. I know that many people have already purchased it via the link. If you're interested, appreciate you in advance. In variety of colors, unisex, different quality of the fabric as well. It's all there. I think at a really good price. It's right now available at Black Friday prices. I know I extended it, but I want people to rock it because you help to extend the brand and also you're helping us as well. So I appreciate you in advance. So multiple ways if you want to be involved with this mission that you can get involved. Again, some folks, you sharing the show every day. Oh, man, shout out to Crystal and Jesse. I don't want to say names because it seems like I'm leaving people out and there's so many good people. Thank everybody. What I'm going to go through is go back and thank all those people directly, find out the people that are, sharing on a regular basis and do something directly nice for you. That's what I want to do. All right. Thank you so much for being here. So if you missed it, let me circle back around. 3 OMG stories you might have missed. As in, oh my God, GWAAAAAAD, God. Or maybe that's GWWWAAAAAD. Oh my God stories. First was this family. And I like this, man. I ain't mad at them. I think this is smart. This is a family that cares. These human beings care about their children. They masked up and it's like a human condom. It's like a step into condom. You step into the condom, you just pull it all the way up. You pull it up all the way. Wasn't there like a comedian that did like some kind of like skit about that? It's like a human condom. You just zip it up. It's got like a little breathing tube. That's the future. That is the future. I played a video for you coming from Ohio of all places. That video that happened in Ohio where a white male was pulled over by 2 white police officers. To me, he seemed to give them like a code. White eyes, white eyes. What does that mean? Is dude just tripping? This man was later arrested, by the way, just so you know, he was arrested. White eyes, white eyes. What? This dude was like, white eyes, white eyes. Officer reholsters his weapon. I'm like, wait a minute, is that a code or something? And then, of course, we talked about the Amazon on the right. They were selling this doll. This doll, as I understand, is not available because the description has some racist ist on it. Talking about some dirty braids. What's the difference between dirty braids and braids? Now, if that's a style, ladies, hit me to the game. I live with a black woman who's had braids for years. My daughter's had braids. I've never heard the term dirty braids. And because of the backlash, they actually took the whole doll down along with the description. What's that all about? This ain't the first time Amazon's got caught like this, though. But let's go back to the phones and say good morning and welcome to the show.
Morning, Nathan. It's Kev on the set.
Hey, what's up, Kev? Welcome.
How's it going, Russ?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Okay, so it's all funny until somebody dies, right? Back when we were, well, even now, on the packaging it says don't play with plastic or bags like that. Somebody gonna suffocate. You can't be wrapping your entire body in plastic. It's probably not a good idea. Somebody gonna forget to put the breathing hole in there, and that ain't gonna work out well. No, sir. Never wearing all of that stuff. If I gotta wear all of that stuff, that means it really is Armageddon. And there's nothing outside for me. Should nobody be out there? Everything should be closed. It should just be closed. Stay in the house until we can go outside and breathe normal. That's all I'm saying, man.
You ain't with it, huh?
The dog? No, man.
So but what's the difference between that and a raincoat?
There's nothing. But see, purpose. The only issue I got with it is, like, very seriously, if everybody needs to be outside walking around wearing something like that, nobody needs to be outside walking around. Like, real talk. That means that the whole world is infectious and folks should probably stay home. That's a good time for when they say, mandatory curfew from 12 a to 12 midnight. That don't make sense to me. I take reasonable precautions, right? I wear a mask when I'm around people. If I go into a store and nobody's around, man, I actually take my mask off. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm in Home Depot and there ain't nobody for 6, now, if anybody comes into the aisle, got my mask on. Mainly for them, not necessarily for me, because I know, according to the health professionals, I'm protecting more. I'm more protecting them from me than me from them, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I said it backwards. But, I said it right. All right. So I mean, or for me, right? So I mean, the most important thing though is there are reasonable measures that we can take, and then there's this unreasonable thing that sometime in the future. First off, this ain't gonna last forever. I keep saying this, but I think it just needs to be, reiterated that in 1918, this very same thing happened, and up until February of last year, of this year rather, you didn't wear no mask. They wore masks in 1918, but you did not every day wear a mask. That didn't happen because they, just like they're gonna do now, they found a solution. I'm not gonna say a cure because that's not actually what it is. They found a solution for the virus, and then people got inoculated, and then the virus went away. People got polio, they got inoculated, the virus kind of went away. These ain't even jokes, man. This is just reality. So, yes, for a while, people will be hyper vigilant and will say, "Oh my God, I got to wear a mask." Never know what's going to happen, and then all of a sudden, less and less people will get the virus, and as less people get the virus, more people will feel secure, more people will get inoculated, more people will stop wearing masks, and then all of a sudden, folks won't wear masks, except our Asian brothers and sisters who I agree with you kind of do have it right, but they're used to it, and so that's a cultural thing, and I ain't in that culture. I apologize. I love it from afar, but I'm not. That's not my culture. I'm not gonna be wearing a mask past the last day that I gotta wear one. Pivoting real quickly, and I won't be on long. The doll thing, man. Come on, man. I mean, whose idea was it? This is authentic. This is stupid. This is a great description. No. That is not making anybody want your doll. You gonna make a whole lot of folks mad. And finally, and most important, na 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 na. Hey, goodbye. He had the nerve to say in that what's it called? I would be a good loser. No, dude, you wouldn't. You're just a loser. See ya, and wouldn't want to be ya. In my Wesley Snipes voice. That's all I got, bro.
That's all I need, bro. Thanks for the call.
Be blessed, man. Stay safe.
Yeah, most definitely. That's Kev on the cell. Hey, listen, if you would like to amplify your thoughts, 513-873-7134. Now, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm with you till 10 a.m. this morning. I'm going to take a quick break. Quick pause. It ain't going to be long. I know. Nate, where you going? I'll play a little music. We'll have some motivational images up on the screen. I want you to be motivated. It's a Monday. Go out and conquer. Go out and win this week. All right. But I do need to take a quick pause for the cause. We'll come right back. Don't go anywhere. This is Cincinnati's first daily digital talk show that focuses on the Black community. It's the Nathan Ivey Show, again, presented by Sin Digital Media. Their mission, amplify Black voices. We'll be right back.
The Nathan Ivey Show is supported by listeners. Go to www.patreon.com/Nathan Ivey Show and help Nathan keep the show independent.
I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. I believe in you, me, you, me, you, me, you, me, yeah. Let's stay here for a lifetime underneath the moonlight, 'cause I don't want us to go. No, I don't want us to go home. Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine in a world so full of pain. Can you make it go away? Used to be so sad that love was lost, but now it's here to stay. Yeah, I used to be uncomfortable, but look at me today. Never thought I'd find someone like you, someone to show the way. But now I know you're the answer to my prayer. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I'm sorry for the burden, sorry I was hurting, but my scars are almost healed. Yeah, my scars are almost healed. Yeah, I'm feeling like a child now. Everything's alright now, and it's all because of you. You made the flower in me bloom. Used to be afraid of everything, but now there's no more fear. Yeah, I used to let nobody in and hide my face with tears. Always thought of you as someone who can love someone like me, but I was wrong. Maybe now I believe. You and me must be right. Something's in the air, I can feel it now. You and me must do something right. We can't get enough of us. You and me every night, aiming for the stars with the love so bright. You and me must do something right. Baby, I believe in us. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah. I believe in you and me, you and me, you and me, you and me, yeah.
You're listening to the Nathan Ivey Show. One man, one microphone, one mission. Now let's get back to the flow.
Yeah, I'm reading these comments. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, what's up, Brother Terrence? Shanghai. What's up with you? He writes, dirty braids are a type of braids. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Let's put the can back up. Just a quick break. Had to wet my whistle, so to speak. Good morning. Welcome back. Remember, happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. Comes from your own actions. If you're trying to get to paradise, you can make it happen. You can do it. Good morning to you. Welcome back. All right. Hope I'm not getting drowned out by the music there. 513-873-7134. I think this track is kind of dope, so I let that play in the background. More of your chat. I'm on Facebook and YouTube. Good morning to you. Brian writes, when we talk about race in our household, we don't shy away from letting Junior hear it. Yeah, I'm the same way. I mean, not everything. I mean, my children are children, so there's a lot that we shield them from. But if they ask me a question, I give them the answer. I try to make sure it's age appropriate. My wife has been like, ooh, Hey, fellas, your wife ever look at you and you saying something to the kids? They like, you just read her face like, oh, did I go too far? But, my children are going to be adults one day. And so I'm preparing them to be adults while they remain children. Okay, they don't know everything. They don't hear everything. We've dealt with a lot of stuff. They have no idea about it. They'll never know about it until they get old enough to really able to process it. Good morning to you. What's up, Priority Carpet Cleaning? What's up, brother? I do have a customer who has recently started buying black dolls for her white children to play with. Is that right? All right, I'm with that. Brian writes, we also point out the white guys that are bad guys in the movies. Is that right? Terrence writes, dirty braids is a style. It doesn't mean dirty hell, LOL. I'll take your word for it, brother. See, I learn something new every day. Well, if that was the case, then why did Amazon feel like they had to take it down? If it's a style. As a man, again, I'm not into the world of braids, so I do not know. Jesse writes, I think the description of the dolls come from the person that is selling it. Terrence writes, Amazon has third-party sellers that write their own descriptions. It could have been the merchant, but I did buy some Caucasian Timbs, LOL. Is that right? Did you? Brian writes, Amazon should discontinue dealing with the store. That individual seller writes the description, and it's how it slipped through. Hire more vetters. Jada writes, LOL, Nathan is funny, LOL. You got to have fun with this world. I mean, we live in incredibly difficult times. I was reading an article about, it was from Cincinnati. I think it was on WCPO. Shout out to them. And it was just the difficulties that parents and students are having dealing with COVID-19. And like I said, I mean, I think the younger your child is, the more difficult it is. Like if you got a teenager, there's a certain amount of difficulty and tension and just dealing with it. But when your kids are really, really young and you're trying to work from home, you are juggling. You are juggling. I know because I'm about to do it at 10. The wifey's doing it right now, trying to do your Zoom meetings, and you got to earn that money. Your employers expect you to work. You know what I'm saying? They expect for you to work. If you work for yourself, your customers, your clients expect for you to work. It is what it is. You got to do what you got to do. And we are living in amazing times. Politically, we all stressed out because we had a president. I mean, it's just in general, being black in America is a stressor, especially the more you become aware of what that really means. Then we had a president for 4 years that was all about division, never found a group of people that he didn't want to divide for his own political purposes, which just turns up the juice. This COVID thing is challenging business. It's challenging our social routines. It's challenging families. This Thanksgiving was a little bit different, wasn't it? Because a lot of people didn't do their normal routine. As we're getting ready for Christmas, whatever you feel about the Christmas holiday from a religious or biblical standpoint, I mean, it's a time when people come together. You may not be super into the Bible meaning of it, but you use it as a holiday to just relax and spend time with your family. So things are different here. That's why I'm here every with you. We here to talk about this every single day here on the Nathan Ivey Show. We're going to get through this together, family. The ups and downs. We may not always agree, but you can take this to heart. I 100% have your best interest in heart. I want to see you do well. I want to see you live well. I love to see it. I'm all about that. And if we got to talk about these difficult things together here on the show, then that's why I'm here. We'll talk about it on a daily basis. Might learn something. I didn't know that about dirty braids. I guess so did Bo Derek, remember the movie 10? Was that what it's called, 10 with Dudley Moore? But Bo Derek, that was the white woman. She had the braids back in the 80s. It was a movie. Was it called 10? Or I don't know what it was called. Were those dirty braids? I don't know. You tell me. Lori writes, good morning. Good morning to you, Lori. Tracy writes, exactly, Brian. Why is Amazon getting the blame? Maybe the process should change and Amazon review store descriptions first. Well, you just said it there. Reviewed store descriptions first. Now, listen, if what Terrence saying is true, and I've got no reason not to believe it, brother, I'll take him for his word. If that's just another style of it, then why take it down? Just explain it. Like, hey, in the South, we call them dirty. Everything's dirty in the South, right? dirty potatoes, dirty macaroni, and dirty braids. So I don't know. Brian writes. Brian writes, Destro was black. You know what? Destro was black. He was black. He had a black man features. He had a black man's voice. Destro was tight. They don't make villains like they used to, man. Destro was A1. I don't care what nobody say, man. I used to ride with Cobra Commander. I'm sorry. I used to want the Cobra Commander, Cobra, remember Cobra La 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 La? Remember all of that? I used to want them to win. Just me. Star Trek, wearing red shirt, most times it was over, right? It was a wrap for you. We got Yeoman Jackson. I feel like I'm doing a routine that Eddie Murphy did? Yeah, maybe back in the days. Yeah, Eddie Murphy covered this already. Greg writes, good morning, Nate and the Choppers. Speaking of the world of entertainment, I got some news for you. I'm reading that, remember Logan Paul? Logan Paul past weekend, they had the big fighting exhibition. That's going to take off now. So now they're going to start it's called Fight Club. It's going to be a big partnership between Proxima Media. Those are the people that own Triller. That is not not black owned. But they're teaming up with Snoop. I don't know what the arrangements are in terms of what the equity shares are, but Snoop is going to come on board to be a producer and also to be the announcer for a series of boxing events and other events. Perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. Remember Logan Paul? That was the white dude that knocked out Nate Robinson. I told you I got love for Nate Robinson. I hope that brother's okay. Props to Nate, man, because he did something that a lot of people don't do. And that is he got into the ring. Now, for him, it was literal. For us, for you, for anybody in general, I'm speaking more figuratively. There's a lot of folks that fantasize about getting into the ring, but they don't because they're scared. They're scared about what people are going to say. And if they get knocked out, everybody gets knocked out. There's not a man living that can't get knocked out. Everybody got a button right around here somewhere. Somebody hit it hard enough, you going sleep time, period. Now, some men or women or people's chin is stronger than others, right? But generally speaking, it's just a human response. Somebody hit that button, it's night time. So, it is what it is for Nate Robinson. I hope he gets back up and does it again, quite honestly. But I'm reading that it's now official. Floyd Mayweather is fighting Logan Paul. Logan Paul is going to be an exhibition boxing match set for February 20th. It'll be available on pay-per-view and Fanmeo. Now, Floyd Mayweather must be getting paid because he's 50-0. And if I had a choice between seeing him and Logan Paul, I'd rather see Floyd Mayweather. If he's going to fight anybody, I'd rather see him fight, what's the white dude he fought? Conor McGregor. I like to see Conor McGregor. A rematch, maybe be more competitive. I don't know how much bigger Logan Paul is of Floyd Mayweather, but he is bigger than him. Is there a chance that Logan Paul could hit that button on Floyd Mayweather's chin and knock him out? I mean, anytime you're in the ring, anything can happen. But Floyd Mayweather is a very, very skilled boxer. They're going to be selling it for, let me see, it's $24.99 right now up until February 11th. Then the price locks in at $70 or $69.99. Mayweather versus Logan Paul. Y'all ready for this? Mayweather versus Logan Paul. I ain't making it up. Yeah, it's real. I can play the video. I think there's a video here. Let me play this for you. Hey, what's up, Greg? Good morning to you. I'm interested in multiple things. There's a lot of stuff going on. My audience is into different stuff. Some of y'all bought that. Let me see if I can play this for you. I might be able to play this for you. Hold on one second. That's it. That was quick. So how many people going to be watching that? Raise your hand if you're going to be paying for that. Yeah. Janine writes, all black dolls except for one, Shirley Temple. Dion writes, Nate, you sound crazy. Marvin was horrible. Marvin was not horrible, Dion. You sound crazy. Marvin Lewis took the Bengals from perennial cellar dwellers and took them to the playoffs 5 years straight. How is that horrible? Let me put it this way. If Zach Taylor? If Zach and the Funky Bunch or whatever the hell they name is, if Zach and his merry band of under-talented coaches, if they're able to do what Marvin did, everybody will say it's a success. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, Dion. If Marvin Lewis is able to take the Bengals to 5 straight playoff victories, everybody's going to say, oh, he's the greatest coach ever. He'll just be doing what Marvin already did. Marvin did as well as he could have with the cards he had. Remember who his quarterback was? It was Rudy Tootie. How far you think any team's going to go when you got Rudy Tootie over there? The red water pistol? Come on, man. Marvin did an excellent job. I'll say it again. If Zach and the Funky Bunch the current coach of the Bengals takes the Bengals to 5 playoff appearances, whether they win or not, everybody's going to say, he's a genius. He's a genius. He's a wonderkin. He's a genius. When Marvin did it, was like, do better, brother. We let Marvin go too soon. And philanthropically, Marvin was in the community lending his celebrity, doing things for kids that we don't see Zach doing. Come on, Dion. Kenny writes, you need to study up on your Star Trek knowledge. Maybe so. Dion writes, no, Marvin was not. He had not had a winning season for 3 years. Look at his team. He had Rudy Tootie. Vince Lombardi couldn't have got a championship with Rudy Tootie as the quarterback. The red water pistol. Talking about some Marvin. Marvin was A1 out here. Remember Afro Samurai, the G.I. Joe's name is Ripcord, the brother. Oh, okay. I stand corrected. Let me see. How many playoffs did Marvin have? 5 in a row. Terrence writes, Marvin let go Bengals. Dusty let go Reds. Absolutely. Is that the ish emoji? Dion writes, he never got respected because he never won a playoff win. 5 years to playoffs and no wins mean nothing. I'm not saying he hit the tops. Yeah, I mean, it would have been better with at least one win, but he had Rudy Tootie. The only so far you're going to get with the red water pistol. I'm sorry. Brian writes, oh, yeah, thanks, Maurice. Ripcord. Let me look up Ripcord. How did I forget Ripcord? Man, that was some great stuff, man. That was Saturday morning cartoons used to be hot. I don't know what the hell on now these days. I have no idea. Looking up Ripcord right now, just because. Now, I do know that in the G.I. Joe movie, Ripcord was played by Damon Wayans. No. Marlon Wayans. Remember that? Okay, I see you. Okay, I'm cool with that. Radical leftist extremist. Right, Daryl. That's what she kept calling him. Talking about Loeffler. He's a radical leftist extremist. These labels and names. That man ain't radical. Ain't nothing radical about him. Radical? They're radical because they want to make sure that more people have more. They're radical because they support the ACA, that's Obamacare. That makes you radical in this country? It's radical because you don't want the big pharmaceutical companies and the big insurance companies to run like overlords of the American healthcare system. That's radical? Oh, we don't need government health care. Actually, it would probably run more efficiently for the people. But see, this is what happens is the money in politics. The big drug companies, the big health insurance companies, they got so much money that they turn people like Senator Loeffler into human puppets that just say exactly what they want them to say. I mean, if you look around the country, if you look around the world and compare like healthcare, plans. To me, The countries in which the government is stepping in saying, you're not going to be able to do that with drug prices. You're not going to be able to overcharge. You're going to have to regulate the prices so there's not these huge fluctuations in prices from state to state to state. How is that not good for consumers? It may not be good for the drug companies and the health insurance companies, but screw them, because they've been screwing us. I mean, if you look around the world and even look at the way that and again, I'm saying the veterans healthcare system is perfect, but if you're a veteran in this country, you get treated a little bit differently than other people. There's certain things you can and cannot do if you're a veteran. I mean, it's deep. But that's what they kept saying. She kept saying radical leftist extremists. Radical is leftist extremists. I'm like, okay, we get it. We get it. Daryl writes, I'm definitely voting hard for Warnock and Ossoff. I think Daryl's in Atlanta. Dana writes, please stop with the Marvin Lewis philanthropic goodness. He gave CPS kids a bookmark and a trip to the zoo. Do you really think that the zoo charged for those zoo admissions? No, they did not. Marvin Lewis did not do much for the inner city kids. Free or low-cost football camps during the day at Sycamore. How are inner city kids whose parents work supposed to get there? ? Those camps were so soccer moms could get their kids there and pick them up. Please stop giving Marvin props for bookmarks and plastic bracelets from Oriental Trading that comes in bulk, 1,000 pieces for 35 cents each. See how we demean what black men do? Now, if Zach was doing that, you'd be talking about how it's the greatest thing ever, Danita. But because it's a black man, you can't see it. And how do we gauge? Here's my question for you. How do we gauge? Because I know for a fact that it was a motivator for children. No doubt about it. Now, was it the only motivator? Obviously not. You know, it comes from within. But was it a motivator? Did kids look forward to going to it and, you know, having the honor of saying that I'm a Marvin Lewis scholarship? Absolutely do. So how do you put a price? And what is the price on motivation for our young people? No, I disagree completely. Appreciate the call. Appreciate the flows though. Okay, let's go straight to the phones. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, Nate.
Hey, what's up, brother Forte?
Hanging in there, brother. I missed everything last week, but I caught the rebroadcast. You guys are doing phenomenal as usual.
Thank you.
Listen, want to talk about the state troopers, brother.
Okay.
Unbelievable. They sat there for damn near 3 minutes with a guy with a gun in his hand talking ish to them and let him drive away. How about that? So we already know our people getting shot in seconds. So, you know, that may be an unusual situation that we've seen, but I preach that all the time, that we don't have the time to act a fool that the Caucasians do. I preach that in every CCW class. You know, I'm confident in almost 100% of the situations. If it had been a minority, they would have been shot. Period. Especially that long a time and the gun in his hand. And he was talking ish. So it goes back to don't have a gun visible when the officers walk up to you. You know, even if you're a CCW holder, you want your gun not to be visible because you don't want them to overreact. And the white eyes thing that you're talking about has got my motor running, you know, because he hollers gun and then he hollers white eyes. So was he telling his partner, you know, let's not just shoot him right away. You know, this ain't the typical guy. If he'd hollered brown eyes, what do you think that would have meant?
I don't know.
So just food for thought.
It is.
Yeah, food for thought, brother.
Yeah, how you doing,
I
Forte?
have no problem with the bubble suit. None.
You don't.
And on the doll issue, I'll simply say for many, many years, it was almost impossible to get black dolls. Obviously, we've overcame that. Black dolls that's very old are priceless now because it just wasn't that many, 50 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever. And our kids, unfortunately, they didn't have a lot of choices in a lot of places. But in the modern time, I got your back. We need to be getting them something that looks like them. I got you on that one. So other than that, brother, Joe and I have been so busy, man, that it's unbelievable. You know, everybody's preparing for the potential apocalypse that I hope never comes. But we'll know a lot more after January 20th.
We will.
If the Proud Boys and the Boogaloo Boys are going to circle the White House and say that number 45 is not leaving, I'm sort of looking forward to seeing that. But other than that, man, everything's going good, trying to stay COVID-free. Obviously, I done had some relatives got the disease. So far, they've all survived it. Lost a relative to another issue last week, but it wasn't COVID-related. So, you know, just everybody do the best you can. You know, stay sanitized and masked up and watch where you go. The masks are working tremendously if everybody got them on. That's a fact.
Hey, brother, thanks for the call, man.
All right, hang in there.
Yeah, most def. That's Brother Forte. He says business is good. His anxiety is high. Anxiety is high right now. All-time high anxiety. People are just so stressed out. They're afraid about what's going to happen next, feeling insecure. They don't know if it's going to be some race-ish, skeptical and suspicious of your neighbors, dealing with being the whole isolation piece, being shut in. I'm hearing it more and more. Like, you know, the people around me at first, like I had some people that, look, I got family members that never stopped doing what they was doing. I'm talking about my little brother. I got a little brother. He's the next in line to me. And he don't give a damn about COVID. He been driving around and doing things. He might be watching right now like, yep, that's me. Tell him. He don't give a damn about COVID. Thought he had COVID. I told you a story. He thought he had COVID way back in March, April. They told him, like, look, you may have COVID, stay home. He was like, if I really had COVID, then why they let me leave? They was trying to do you a solid, bro. I ain't got no COVID. It's a government hoax. They trying to condition you to take over the people and all this. He's one of these kind of people, these anti-mask people. Black man, driving around the city. He knocked on my door like twice since COVID. I'm like, man, first time I didn't even open the door. I just called him through the door. Like, are you at the front door? It's like, man, what are you doing? But, you know, more and more I'm hearing people around me saying that the anxiety is going up. Anxiety is going up. Anxiety is going up. And we're going to have to be strong. We're going to have to get through this together, you know, in whatever ways we can. It's affecting some people more than others. To my introverts out there, you like, I'm hibernating. This is cool. To my extroverts out there, you are like, you know, ready to risk it. I get it. But whatever the case may be, man, I wish you the best. I wish a happy Monday to you. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m. and hopefully better than ever. We'll chop it up on everything that's happening, everything that's been going on, okay? Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Team NI. Shout out to my patrons. I really appreciate you. The show is growing. More and more people are seeing the show on a weekly basis. More and more people are checking out all of our podcasts from CDM. Check us out on what we have to offer. I'm sure you'll find a show that you like. And if not, perhaps there'll be one in the near future. Again, if you want to connect with me, all of my deets, all the details are in the description on Facebook and YouTube. I'm highly accessible. If you want to send me a tip on a story here, I'm all ears. All right. People said they like the retro glasses. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Listen, have an excellent rest of your day, family. Have an excellent rest of your day, okay? I want to leave you with some motivation, some powerful motivation. It's hard to be the person who never gives up. So what does that mean? Never give up. Never give up. Keep striving. Make it happen. You can do it. It will happen. No doubt about it. All right? Have an excellent rest of your day, family. All right? Please like and share this video if you haven't already done so. It means everything. You know, we should have at least 200 or 300 likes on the show. At least 200 or 300 shares. It means everything. Stop being stingy with the shares. It means everything. All right? Have an excellent rest of your day, fam. All right? We'll catch up real soon. I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.
is supported by listeners. Go to www.patreon.com/Nathan Ivey Show and help Nathan keep the show independent.
Yeah. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the for my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get on my God, on my told him it's nothing. In the discussion, for them feelings I throw on my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging that they did and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you almost spotted the on go mode, show mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride, cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet foot.